All right, I want to say good morning and or good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. Today we're going to be talking about self-care, and self-care is one of the most important things you can do for yourself when you're an entrepreneur, or just when you're somebody who's a parent, or whether you're somebody who's a spouse, or whether you just want to be a good human being. It's self-care. And so I want to say congratulations for watching this. Here's the thing I know about you. You're probably a giver. You're probably somebody that takes care of everyone else. If you got kids, you put them first. If you have a spouse or a partner, you put them first. If you're an entrepreneur, you put your clients first, right? You're somebody who wants to give back to other people, and you probably always put everyone and everything else first. And sometimes you're probably thinking, well, who's going to take care of me? Right? When's it my turn for somebody to take care of me? I'm always giving to everyone else. Right? And I always put myself last. And I'm here to tell you, you're gonna be waiting a long time. You'll be growing cobwebs. Have you ever seen that meme of a skeleton, right? That's got the cobwebs going? That's gonna be you, because self-care, taking care of yourself should be the first thing you do. The first person you take care of should always be you. And it sounds kind of counterintuitive, right? Like, hey, no, I'm a parent. Kids come first. And you're actually shortchanging them by not putting yourself first. And we're going to talk a little bit about self-care. I want to show you a couple quotes on it first here. Check this out. By the magic of Zoom, we'll go over here and take a look at a couple things. Self-care means giving the world the best of you instead of what is left of you. Right? Let me read that one more time. It means giving the world, or giving your kids, or giving your spouse, or giving your business the best of you instead of what is left of you. I thought that was great. Self-care, taking care of your mind and thoughts, taking care of your physical health and body, increasing your own well-being through self-care behaviors, taking care of your emotions, and taking care of your spiritual health. See, there's lots of different pieces. We're actually gonna get into this on self-care, because if any one of those you're not taking care of, life is not going to be as good for you as it could be. And this one, I love this one. The most powerful relationship you will ever have is the relationship with yourself. Wow, what a big one on there. So Stacy and I, we've talked to many different coaches and counselors in our life, and for business coaches and relationship coaches, and how to raise a child coaches, right? Spiritual coaches, things like that. And one saying that's always stuck with us is this: I'll take care of me for you. You take care of you for me, right? We have to take care of ourselves first. And we never do that. It's always taking care of everybody else. And there are different parts of you that you have to take care of. You got to take care of your mind, your conscious mind, right? You have to grow and become a bigger person. You have to take care of your body. It's very important. And you have to take care of your spirit. And I think those three parts right there, or some people call their soul or their subconscious mind, their spirit. You have to take care of all three of those. And just like spokes in a wheel, if any one of them goes bad, the wheel's going to be lumpy. It's going to go around. It's going to be a very, very bumpy ride. And so most of us, you're probably saying, well, I already know all this. I know I have to have self-care. But very few people have an intentional strategy or plan to go about it. And so we do it willy-nilly, right? Maybe we have a plan where we attend church here, we hit the gym every so often, right? Maybe we read a book now and then, and we hit or miss on it. And there's no intentional setup strategy and schedule to follow, because quite frankly, nobody really teaches us this. This is the kind of stuff I think they should probably teach in middle school and high school, especially kids going through changes in middle school and having a tough time with that as they're turning into an adult. We should be teaching them self-care techniques, ideas, strategies, things that they can implement for you. Now, just so we talk, there is no right or wrong plan to follow, except I would say probably a wrong plan is having no plan. But you're going to pick something that works for you. And if you're having a hard time with it, you can reach out to somebody that you know, like, and trust. that you can talk about maybe setting up some type of plan. And there's people you can pay to do that, or there's also people you can talk to who you know that you respect that seem like they have their crap together, right? And so you can do that and talk like that. So this morning, I'm going to talk to you just about a plan that I came across that a mentor taught to me. And it's a great one to follow if you don't have one and you want to create one and you want one that's already kind of done for you. And it is called TMM, or the Miracle Morning. Not TMI, too much information. TMM, it is the Miracle Morning. And so I'm going to set you up with this so you can kind of see what we're doing. And hang on one second. Where is my share button? My share button disappeared. So we're not going to go with that. I don't know why I can't share. I wanted to, but I'm not going to be able to share my screen. I'm having a tough time with Zoom this morning. So the Miracle Morning is by a guy named Hal Elrod. Now, Hal Elrod, he wrote the book, The Miracle Morning, and it's a great book. You just want a general one to watch and a strategy that he sets up, you can go to The Miracle Morning. But what he also does is he also breaks it down into different professions. He's got one for entrepreneurs. He's got one for parents. He's got one for, yes, as most of you are watching this probably are real estate agents. The Miracle Morning for real estate agents is taking his broad book, The Miracle Morning, and breaking it down for activities that real estate agents can and probably should do, okay? And the acronym I'm going to get into is not something I'm going to go deep into this thing, because this is just a quick Mojo call hit in the morning. I have a whole nother video somewhere, I'll post it. It's on my YouTube channel that talks in depth about the Miracle Morning. But it's the letters SAVERS, the word SAVERS, 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 kind of like saving your life, right? And SAVERS, the first S stands for silence. The second letter, A, stands for affirmations. V stands for visualizations. E stands for exercise. The next R stands for reading. And the last S stands for scribing or writing. And let's just take a quick minute on each one of these, and then we'll wrap this thing up. And I'll put the link for Hal Elrod's stuff. He does a ton of podcasts and things like that, free and stuff like that, but I would recommend getting the book. It is a workbook. It's not just something you're going to read. It actually has activities in it that can help you get an intentional plan to get you on your track to working on your mind, body, and spirit. Okay, so the first S, silence. And here's what he recommends. So here's what happens whenever I tell agents. I was on with an agent yesterday, and first thing she said to me, she goes, wow, that sounds like a lot of time. She goes, how much time does he recommend? I go, an hour. He recommends 10-minute segments on all 6 of these, an hour. She goes, that sounds like a lot of time. Like, I don't have time for that. And I said, this is exactly what Hal's talking about. The fact that the reason you don't have the time for this self-care, taking care of yourself, is because where are you placing yourself? Are you placing yourself first, or are you placing yourself behind everyone else? See, that's the problem, especially with us as realtors, right? We have to be giving. We're always giving to our clients, right? We're always at their beck and call. And so he recommends doing it first thing in the morning. In fact, he recommends getting up, like if your day's stacked like everyone else, he recommends getting up an hour earlier. Now, I hear everybody groaning because that happened to me too. Oh my gosh, an hour earlier than I already do. Are you kidding me? I'm already not getting enough sleep. His system is going to set you up with the self-care to actually provide you with more energy and becoming a better person. Because as an entrepreneur, your business is you. You are the brand. And if you're the type of person that can be different than everyone else out there, you're going to be attractive or magnetic to people, right? There's a saying, I think it's Mark Twain that said it, but it said, most people are living lives of quiet desperation. Most people are living lives of quiet desperation. They have no plan. They're treading water. They're putting out their Instagram shiny life and their Facebook fake life right on there. But behind the scenes, internally, it's a life of quiet desperation. They have no path, no plan. They're just taking care of everyone else, hoping to get to where they want to be. That is not a good life. And especially if you're an entrepreneur, it's not going to make you different than everyone else so that you're attractive to them. So he recommends getting up an hour early. All of it's explained in the book. Let's just go with that for right now and up an hour early. Why do you do it first thing in the morning? Because, especially if you're an entrepreneur or realtor, and you say, I'm going to do it at lunchtime. I'm going to do this during my lunch. What happens in real estate? You get up, you got your day all scheduled, everything's great. And what happens? A closing blows up, right? It goes all haywire, and the SHTF happens, right? The stuff hits the fan, and that's it. Your day is blown up. And here, what happens? You take that self-care time you were going to do at lunch, and you move it, and you move it. What are you telling your subconscious when you take what should be the most important thing, which is working on you that day, and you move it for something else? What are you telling your subconscious? You're telling yourself, I'm not that important. I'm not that important. This other thing is more important than me. Wow. Think about what they call the inner child inside of you. If you tell that inner child inside of you that this is more important than working on me, what is it saying to that little person in there? Would you ever say that to a kid? Like if you had a child or somebody you were taking care of that you loved, or elderly parent or grandparent or something that you were taking care of, hey, this is more important than you. Of course not. But we say it to ourselves all the time. So he recommends first thing in the morning, before anybody gets up, you don't get on Facebook, you don't get on social media, you don't look at your texts, you don't listen to your voicemails, you don't do any of that. No newspapers, no media. You go and take care of yourself. That is a selfish hour that you've deserved, you've earned. You take care of yourself. It's going to set your day up right. Okay. First thing you're going to do, 10 minutes of silence, meditation. If you don't want to meditate, there's an app on there where you can get it, put the headphones in, and it's a guided meditation that'll walk you through where it's just silence, meditation, nothing else going on. Affirmations are affirmations you're going to write about yourself. He's going to help you write them and set them up, and you'll put them in there, and you can do affirmations for 10 minutes. Visualizations, he's going to show you how to collect things that you want to attract into your life, you want to bring into fruition. And you're going to visually look at, we're human beings, we're visual creatures. Pictures make words in our head. Words in our head make pictures. And you can see these pictures of where you want to go, what you want to do, what's your goals in life, right? And then E is exercise. Get up off your butt for 10 minutes and high intensity exercise. Get your heart rate up to 89% of its max for 10 minutes. And this is outside going to the gym and things like you have going on like this. It's just in the morning to get the blood pumping, to get things flowing, to get you up and ready, to drive in all of that mental work you've done. And then 10 minutes of reading. Do you know that most adults, once they get out of college, they never read a business book or self-help book again? They might read romance novels or sci-fi or gun magazines. I got one over here, right? Things like that. But they don't read anything that helps turn them into a better person, either on the business side for their business or just personal growth side. No one does it. And 10 minutes a day can change your life. And then the last S is scribing. Scribing stands for writing. And the writing part of it, journaling, if you will, and you can do it with an app or you can do that, but it'll put you in a position for when you have that roller coaster ride, right? You got your ups and you got your downs. You have that in life. You have that in your health. You have that in your relationships. You have that in your work. Everyone does. Ups and downs, ups and downs, ups and downs. But when you hit that down, you can scroll back through your writing that you've done and remind you of how blessed you are and how much gratitude you should have. And gratitude takes away negative emotions. It absolutely does. When you are in a place of gratitude, you cannot have fear. You cannot have envy. You cannot have anger. You cannot have sadness. It removes all of those negative emotions when you're in a position of gratitude. So I'll put some links down below because I wanted to show you the screenshots here. I could not find the shared screen this morning on this of the How Elrod. I'll put that down in the links below so that you can check that out. And since I've done a lot of this, if you ever want to have a discussion, you can also book on my online calendar to talk about that and just kind of walk you through getting you set up and getting you going. It's a personal growth journey. It needs to be intentional, and it needs to be systematic, and it needs to be scheduled. And you need to put it in there. You need to keep it as the most important appointment. Look, you need to keep it like you would keep $1 million listing appointment. As a realtor, right? If you have $1 million listing appointment, would you ever move that for anything else? The answer is no. And these appointments with yourself are that important. So it's going to be great. I want to thank everybody for jumping on here. And if you're watching it, leave a comment below if you like it, or if you got some comments to add to the Miracle Morning or what you do that's intentional, go ahead and pop those down here. And I know you're like, why is he wearing an Ohio State football shirt? Because can you believe it's 5 weeks away from Ohio State football, 2 weeks till the NFL starts, but 5 weeks to the first game here with the Ohio State Buckeyes versus Notre Dame coming up September 3rd. Is that crazy? Summer's almost over. Sounds nuts to say, but a couple weeks left. It'd be crazy. So everyone have a great one. Yeah, I see it on there. It says no, but that's it. Have a great one. And thanks for jumping on. Have a great day.